awful. Fuck. Oh my god, okay. Great. That's done. 2470. How the hell is this in green tier on NLW? This shit's impossible. Ugh. So, I've heard nothing but good things about the gameplay in this level. I mean, like, 10 out of 10s across the board from, like, everyone that's touched this. I think 9 is the lowest I've seen out of 10. So I was like, great, I want to play a good fun level. I love the deco in this level so much. The concept for the deco is so good. I really... Okay, let me actually press play so I get menu music here. There we go. Much better. Now it's a Pie Guy rant. Give me a second to drink water. So, initially, I love the deco. The deco in this is great. I love the, like, breath of fresh air it sort of is. In, like, especially in Extreme Demons, right? Like, this kind of deco in, like, a 7-star, yeah, that can get rated. But in Extreme, like, that's awesome. I love seeing that. You know what I mean? But originally the gameplay was, at first, like, first practice round, the gameplay was, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this gameplay. And then I got it down, and I was like, okay, this is pretty fun. And then I realized that you get consistent at everything in this level except for, I think, like 10 or 15 clicks or tiny little nuanced things, and those just are what you die to forever. Like, there were times where I'd have like 4 back-to-back attempts to the curvy ship right around 50 and die to that ship every time. It's like, dude, fucking who? Like, and like I said, I'm not going to rag on playtesters too much without knowing what they did. Because there are times where I've been handed a level to playtest and I'm like, man, I would really like to scrap all of this gameplay and start over. So it's very possible that they made this level, like, really, really solidly fun. And I will say, I could see why people really like this. But there are some blatant choke points in this level, and I think some of them maybe are by design, which is unfortunate. The jump at 42 is the first one that comes to mind immediately. The jump at 42, like, why? I'm actually going to get a copy of the level, and while I explain more, I'm going to figure out how many frames that jump is on 288, because it can't be a double-digit number. It cannot. But there were just so many little things here and there that were just the most annoying shit ever. Like I say, the curvy ship... actually, while I'm here, I can show you. So this curvy ship right here, and also the click down into it... Oh, no, where? Here, yeah. The curvy ship here and the click down into it. Like, this, look, that looks like it was intentionally buffed, too. Like, put it there, and it's a fine click, right? And then this, yeah, this swingy little shippy thing was terrible, awful. This little wave spam down thing, like, that's obnoxious. It got okay, but there were times where you'd do, like, the micro clicks down that you thought you were doing, and you'd get one click that was just a little too big, or one click that was just a little too small, and you just, fuck you, you're dead now. Like, too bad, so sad. This little spam bit in here was okay, except these spikes are, like, moving weird, so it's not actually as easy as it looks. Like, I would die, like, this one, I think, moves up a bit, and I would die to it all the time. So you have to, like, get through it consistently, and that just hurts to do. This ball part's terrible. Just, like, remove one of the 2 spikes here. Like, remove that, and then it's fine. So I was dying to some bug here, too, where, like, I'd hit this black orb. Like, I was definitely, for sure, hitting the black orb. And I wouldn't go down. Oh, I think I might know what it is. Wait a minute. Do you hit the black orb first or the portal first? The dual portal. No, you hit the dual portal first. Then I don't know what it is. Okay, whatever. I have no idea why that happened. This click is annoying. This is fine. This ship is so bad. This ship is comedically stupid. Like, the fact that this is in A level, full stop, blows my mind. Like, it's just not fun or good. Like, you have to do this straight fly in effectively like 4, maybe 5. You can kind of finagle one in here. This moves down, by the way. You saw it in the completion. You have to do the straight fly in 4, maybe 5 clicks. And look at this gap! It's that, bro. And then you have to late time this green orb. But because you can't, like, click once you're in range of the green orb and you have to do the late timing, you're now falling. So you're falling upwards past, like, this green orb thing, right? So if you didn't get enough upwards momentum from out of, like, if you didn't get enough upwards momentum out of this straight fly, then no matter where you hit this green orb, you're going to die, right? And then this black orb's terrible, and then these moving things, like, these spikes are so stupid. Just, like, get rid of one or both of these spikes and it's fine. Or just make them really tiny, or extend the platforms out, or whatever. This is stupid, because you need a really barely pass, you need to, like, click immediately past this spike. You need to barely hug it, and then you need to, like, buffer every other click, and that sounds like trying to, like, get all the clicks for it. It's so bad. And then this click right here, you have to time it so you go in between these two spikes, like this platform and this platform, right? This platform, that spike. That's fine. And if that was the timing, that'd be whatever, right? Past the saw, like, you have a good enough visual cue for it. You just kind of hit it in the middle-ish. But you can make it through here, then hit this, and die to that saw. Fucking what? Like, that's something that should have been caught in playtesting 100%, right? Like, that's not okay. And then this is terrible too, because this is basically a blind click, right? You have to hit this kind of middle to late, and you have so much leeway to do that then this release timing is just bullshit, because you have to do the release timing to, like, fit through the gap, but the release timing is completely different depending on how you hit and hold the dash orb, like when you click on the dash orb. And when you click on the dash orb is something you have almost no control over, because it's dependent on how you did this click, and it's basically blind. Like, what? This whole little section just boggles my mind. It's just like why? Why? I don't get it. This ship's fine, whatever. This ball part's kind of ridiculous. You have to basically just, like, find an audio cue to click into this green orb, because there's no visual there. Like, look at how dark the screen is when you get here. Like, look, this middle line is, like, what happens. Like, boom. That's how much of a visual you have. Like, really? Okay, that's great. This green orb, wait, is it shrunk? Please tell me it's shrunk. Oh my god, it's shrunk. This green, of course it is. Of course it is. Yes, of course it is. The late timing on this green orb is stupid. I never died to it from 0, but it was genuinely just a coin flip in practice. Never got consistent. Stupid. Just genuinely dumb. And then this ending is just full of tiny little choke points. Like, everything in this ending is, like, fair. Much more fair than a lot of the other stuff I've had issue with. But everything here is just, like, chokeable. Which, like, fine, if that's intended, that's whatever, but, like, I don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to have an ending where, like, every click feels like something I could die to, but I probably won't, but, like, I totally could. You know what I mean? Like, this was awkward, too. This was really awkward here. You had to do, like, the double click, and I don't know, maybe I was doing something wrong here. I don't know. But it really felt like the best way to do this was to jump in, do, like, a fast 2, and then click here. And then sometimes you'd be, like, on top-ish of this spike, and sometimes you'd clear it to the right. I don't know. That felt really awkward. This, I had to intentionally jump really close to this spike to make this a buffer. Otherwise, this click was then just, like, random, based on how I hit the black orb, right? That's a timing. And then this was my worst death, was the click up here. This is just a little ridiculous for 88. Like, it's fine. It's okay. But for 88%... like, that's kind of stupid. This dash orb is non-trivial. I don't know how I didn't die here. Like, look at the gap you have to hit there. That's kind of stupid. That's fine. Robot jumps are tricky. This saw maybe could be moved up. Like, this was something I died to in practice a lot. I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't in normal. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Everything else is pretty much whatever. This swing in is kind of weird. The, like, spike that's intentionally taller for the H in Shock City and seems stupid and out of proportion with how the spikes are for the rest of the words. Like, there's just so many little things throughout here that were just like what were you doing, man? Like, both playtester, verifier, creator, like, what were you guys, like, what were you thinking? Right? Like, huh? What was the thought process here? There's a bunch of stuff earlier in the level too, but it's like the beginning of the level, so it's fine. This click was kind of annoying. this was fine. That got consistent. That wasn't a problem. Oh yeah, every now and then like the spike walls that come in here would just like completely fuck your shit up, and like technically that's part of the difficulty, but it felt kind of janky. Because if you go too early into this, you hit the green orb what feels like a fine timing, and you just die to the spike wall that's still there for God knows what reason. This black orb was kind of tricky, but it got consistent. This double click was annoying because you could do like a spacebar and mouse double click, but you would sometimes die to this spike, so it wasn't super consistent. So I went for the like very fast 2-click, which worked okay. For a while I was dying to this, but towards the end of my practice, like towards the end of my playing, I like never did, so it was whatever. I just don't like that. This black orb, after you just basically portal transition, boom, black orb, fuck you. Like, this timing's hard, because you can die to this, and you can die too late to this. Like, that's such a fucking stupid timing. Ugh, there's just so much shit in this level that's like, what were you thinking, right? Like, how do you manage to make everything in the level a choke point to the point where I have no choice but to call this, like, yellow tier minimum? Like, this is ridiculous. It does. It feels like every click in the level is like a choke point, which is, like, boggles my mind that that's even, like, a thing you can do. Like, every click in this level felt like a choke point. It's so dumb. And the beginning's so boring. Nothing happens before the drop. It's just, like, filler. So, oh, God, get me to the part where I see if I beat the level now, please. All right, let's figure this out, because this is what I want to know the most. How terrible... Are you force speed here? Yes, you are. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth, everybody. How many frames do you have for this click? Show hitboxes. Show trajectory. Frame stepper. Here we go, everybody. Is everyone excited to find out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god. Who the fuck puts a 6-frame timing? By the way, one of those spikes is invisible, and there's no visual cue for it. Who puts a 6-frame at 42% in an otherwise, like, okay level? Oh, God. Whatever. Yeah, this was... I really wanted to enjoy this, but even when I wasn't disliking it, I wasn't actively liking it. I was just kind of playing it. Like, I was trying to, like, convince myself that, like, no, this is really fun, you're really enjoying this, and I just, like, wasn't. It was fine, right? It was whatever. It was a level. It checked off all the boxes of level. You know what I mean? It existed. I could play it. Whatever. I felt no strong emotions either way. And then I just started to die to all of the same things over and over, and it just got to be grating. It was awful. I personally would not recommend this level, but I totally understand why people absolutely love the gameplay in this, right? If you can handle the choke points, it's fun. Like, genuinely, if the choke points weren't so egregious, this would be a blast to play. It really would. It's just so riddled with just tiny little things everywhere. Like, everywhere in this level. There's just a click that's coming up that's stupid. Like, there's never a point in the level where you're playing the level and you're like, yeah, this upcoming section is very fair and fun, and I know for a fact that if I died to it, it was because of skill. Like, there's no part of the level where I can say that about the next 10%. There's always a click somewhere where it's just like, yeah, that's a coin flip. Yeah, that's fucking roulette. Yeah, there's a chance I'll die there. Like, and it really didn't seem like there was anything you could do to practice it or avoid it. I mean, not without sinking way more time in than is necessary. You know what I mean? Yeah, this was not fun. I would not recommend it. But like I say, I get why people like it. I don't think it's terrible. Like, it's nowhere near like Mujige that I just beat. Like, it's far better, for sure. But it's not. It's massively overhyped, in my opinion. Even, like I say, even when I wasn't hating it, I wasn't loving it as much as people were, you know, like, seeming to rant and rave about this level and its gameplay. I wish it was really fun, because I absolutely love the deco, but I just can't say that I enjoyed it, really. I just can't. I really wish I could, but I can't. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna cut the recording here now.